What is one song you would pay to have permanently rid of? The world now runs on video game logic. What is the first thing you do? What's your never spoken of family secret? My aunt killed her cat because she wanted a dog. We don't talk to her anymore. Not for that reason, but it didn't help. Jesus, what could the real reason be? Number 1, my dad cheated on my mom with my aunt. Not my aunt by blood, but my uncle's wife. My parents are still happily married, but my uncle and aunt divorced after everything came out. Number 2, different aunt stole my uncle's credit card and ruined his credit for 10 years. She also served time for stealing over $30,000 from when she worked as a bank teller. Had no idea until my mom told me a few months ago. My uncle's secret Korean wife and child who he left behind. How do you learn this? A relative was on new psychiatric meds that weren't working, and he told his psychiatrist that he couldn't control himself and was going to commit a robbery. The psychiatrist didn't take him seriously, so he went out, robbed a place, came back to the office, and dropped the bag of stolen money on the psychiatrist's coffee table. Naturally, he did some time for that. Dang, that relative really said, "I'll prove you wrong, psychiatrist." My cousin is actually my aunt. Do you mind elaborating? Oh, no, I guess not. The random guy called Paul who stole my aunt's dog and in return impregnated her 3 times and then dipped, never to be seen again. He impregnated the dog 3 times? Yeah, this is why punctuation matters, people. Honest to God, my family hangs out their dirty laundry like a prize. If anyone has a secret, it must be truly horrifying. Yeah, I think everyone should just go to therapy instead of sharing these on Reddit. That's just me, though. You are now named Lil plus the object to your left. What's your name? Guess that makes me Lil Ibuprofen. Lil Red Beans and Rice. My man. Lil Water Bill. I love your single, Thirsty for Payment. Lil Toilet Paper Roll. Lil TP. That name actually kind of goes hard. Lil Forklift. Ah, that's what they called me back at the frat. Lil Teacup, which is surprisingly appropriate UK rapper name. First single, 2 sugars. Lil Pillow. Lil Derek from accounting. Is Derek aware he is an object now? Lil Listerine, cause my rhymes are overly fresh. Ah, I see what you did there. What TV show ruled the world during its peak? NBC offered Jerry Seinfeld $5 million per episode for another season and he declined. The show was number 1 on television when it concluded and the series finale played in Times Square. The Simpsons. Jesus, it was everywhere. I Love Lucy, 1950s. God, yeah, and I mean it's even still on TV on select channels. Lost. I read a story about how during one season, the White House had to release a statement saying that the State of the Union and the new episode wouldn't overlap. MASH. The series finale did numbers we'll never see again. I never watched it and I always thought it was the same thing as that little game you play that predicts your future. Game of Thrones. When it was good, it was really good. Breaking Bad. When the first 1 to 2 seasons aired, it wasn't that popular, but as it went on, it became more and more popular. I had never seen a show before that created so many memes during its run and even today. 9 years after the finale, it's still very relevant in pop culture. First few seasons of Survivor. It used to be in the newspapers who got voted out, LMAO. Yeah, some game shows really hit hard, like they were a phenomenon that we'll never be able to replicate. Seinfeld. It was a juggernaut, a cultural phenomenon like no other. What songs would you recommend to someone who just lost one or both legs? Oh boy, this one's gonna get mean. Footloose. Kick off those Sunday shoes. I'm Still Standing by Elton John. Come on now. Running Free by Iron Maiden or Get Up Stand Up by Bob Marley. Come on, y'all. This is rude. Jump by Van Halen. Oh God, come on. Thinking Out Loud. When your legs don't work like they used to before. God, come on. I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles by The Proclaimers. And I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. Probably not the Hokey Pokey. You put your left, Can I Kick It? A Tribe Called Quest. No, you can't. What fictional character would be horrified if they looked themselves up on the internet? Pick a Sonic character. Any character. Though Big the Cat was always a bit suspect. Probably Velma from Scooby-Doo. That or she would be really into it. Any of the My Little Pony characters. I'm sure they've had a phobia of mason jars and radiators afterwards. Edit. How in God's name is my post wholesome? If Vaporeon could read, it would use self-destruct. The creepypasta characters. Finding out people simp for them and ship them together. The absolute confusion Slenderman would have knowing he's basically a hentai gentleman. Harry Potter. I'll like to add on to that by saying Draco Malfoy. I'll like to add on to that by saying Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy together. Ugh. Literally any single remotely humanoid Pokemon. Scratch that, literally any Pokemon. Shrek. They want me to do what? I am not love, I am like onions. That was the worst impression I could have possibly done, I'm sorry. Eddie Munson. He'd definitely hate his own fan base. All the Eddie stans out there, please take a shower. People have run into the crazy ex years later. What were they like? Had dinner with an ex about 10 years after we broke up. She wasn't crazy before or after we broke up, but turns out her now ex-best friend / roommate was. Apparently after the breakup, her then best friend pretended that she was now dating me. The roommate would ask my ex if it was okay that we were dating and ask my ex if she could sleep somewhere else so we didn't keep her up and whatnot. I was floored when I found out. I never even saw the best friend after we broke up. Yeah, hopefully they never see that person again. They're crazy. I briefly had a friends with benefits relationship with a girl in college that kept a combat knife under her pillow. The thing looked like a freaking Rambo knife. Things eventually fizzled out with her and we stopped talking. My friends jokingly nicknamed her Stabby and the name stuck. Everyone went on with their lives. 2 years later, she got expelled because she got into an argument with her boyfriend in a public place and stabbed him in the leg. Turns out the nickname was prophetic. Really dodged a bullet with that one, or I guess in this case a knife. I was walking down the street and she slowed down to offer me a ride. I accepted because her hair was a different color and she was wearing big sunglasses, so I mistook her for a friend. Once I got into the passenger seat, I saw the toddler in the car seat behind me, not mine, who proceeded to ask, "Mommy, where's his girlfriend?" She then drove me to my girlfriend, now wife's, house. I didn't have to give her directions despite the two of them never meeting. It was frightening. She got therapy, had a kid, and seems to be doing okay for herself. Well, that's a nice happy ending. What movie bombed at the box office but flourished on home release and is now a classic? Oh, I'm just gonna call it. It's Iron Giant. Galaxy Quest. Not quite a bomb at the box office, but pretty close. Wizard of Oz. The Rocky Horror Picture Show originally completely bombed, but then kept going with midnight shows and has lasted since in theaters. Hocus Pocus. They released it in the middle of summer with bad marketing. They didn't want it to compete against Nightmare Before Christmas. It came out on video and word of mouth made it into the cult hit it is today. The Big Lebowski. I can see why that initially bombed on release. The Shawshank Redemption. One of the best movies of all time. Did that bomb in theaters? I don't remember that. Formerly shy people of Reddit. What made you more sociable? I stopped giving a shit. Well, that's definitely one way to do it. Work. Having to deal with customers and then finally realizing I don't care about them and vice versa. Neither of us will remember the other. I realize nobody cares like that much. They care if you're nice and all, but beyond that, nobody cares. I wouldn't say I've become more sociable, just found people I'm more comfortable around. When you find people you genuinely like, being more social with them comes pretty naturally. Getting good friends. I became a whole new person after I got into a friend group with people who actually care about me. Getting older. Sort of aged out of it. When I realized that most people deal with their own insecurities, which in turn made me care a whole lot less. Anytime a social event happens or occurs, I tell myself to not think about what others would think of me. When I'd go to the event, I would simply forget and I would be me. Also, I remind myself no one really gives a shit. Kinda harsh, but it's true. Alright, so moral of the story, nobody cares. What did your past self enjoy but hate now? Being single. When you're young, it's more fun. The older you get, the trickier it becomes. Once you hit 40, it's painful trying to date, especially nowadays with so much being app-based. Pretty much any activity outside of the house. Yeah, if I can help it, I'm staying locked down, baby. Hanging out with my 2 grade school best friends. They turned out to be my bullies. Most things. Do you mind going into detail, or yeah, we'll just guess. I used to like onion rings, but then one day I realized there were onions in them and I started hating them. Weirdly enough, I think that happened to me too. Sleeping. I can't even do this basic human function anymore. Nickelback. I really liked Nickelback when I was like 10. I will admit. Arguments. I used to love them because I could show off how smart I am, but nowadays people are so fucking stupid they won't even listen to the facts. The songs Who Let the Dogs Out, Barbie Girl, and Nookie. Alright, honestly didn't know the last one, had to look it up, and it is by Flaccid Pancake. Which singer's voice doesn't match how you'd expect them to look like and surprised you when you first saw them? Adele. For the longest, like 8-year-old me thought that was a black woman. Not gonna lie, I did too. Ed Sheeran. I don't know what I thought he was going to look like, but definitely not like that. When I first heard Justin Bieber back in like 2011, I genuinely thought it was a girl singing. I remember being shocked when I saw him for the first time in Disney Channel singing Baby. baby? Adam Levine. Honestly, same. Kind of like the Ed Sheeran comment, I don't know what he was supposed to look like in my head, but I was not expecting him to look like that. Meatloaf. The only time I've ever seen Meatloaf was in Rocky Horror. Van Morrison is my vote. What does he look like? Oh, that's what he looks like? Okay. Johnny Cash. I always expected him to look like the cartoon Johnny Bravo for some reason. I also thought Chuck Berry was white until yesterday. I'm a musician. A musician who doesn't know they're musicians? It's more common than you think. The Weeknd. I think that one all depends on when you first saw him, because it could have been weird hair, it could have been when he's wearing the prosthetic face, it could have been the bandages, I don't know. You get to have a superpower, but it must be very minor. Ability to summon fruits, ability to come up with the perfect comeback, etc. What is it? The ability to make a baby start crying, just to mess with the other person in this thread. Oh, so you're having a villain superpower, I see. The ability to make a baby stop crying. That'll be a battle of the century. A third-person camera I can view at will. It'd probably be way more jarring than you think. Ability to predict random number sequences. We got a lottery winner right here. The ability to purchase microtransactions without money. That's it is minor. The ability to levitate 1 inch off the ground. Could you move while levitating? Because then you could just be gliding. Ability to randomize other people's minor ability. Oh, well that's just not fair. What hobby has an age limit? I'm a roller coaster enthusiast, and with how insane some of those rides are, it's no wonder I haven't seen many older guests at parks. I'm trying to do as much as I can while my body is still young enough to handle most of the G-forces. Any physical hobby like skating, mountain biking, snowboarding has a "if I fall I'm gonna break something" limit. That, while it's not specific to age, usually gets reached as you get older. Local history. You have to be at least 35. Lego boxes say you can't be older than 99, so you better get your Lego fix now while you can. Tricks are for kids. Sure, but kids can't go to the store and buy 13 boxes of tricks now, can they? Trolling has no age limit. Everyone at some point. Imagine skating at 80 years old. I'm sure we'll still see Tony Hawk doing kickflips and whatever. To an extent, water skiing. You kind of need to learn a lot of your tricks while you're young and invincible so you don't snap your neck when you're trying something new. Underage gambling. Yeah, I guess technically that does have a time limit. What's an opinion of yours that no one has ever agreed with you on? Oh, well, we don't have enough time for my answers, so let's see these. Oswald acted alone, like the cartoon. Oh wait, Lee? Oh no. Dueling should be legal between consenting adults. I agree with this one. Waffles are a specialty pancake. Same mix, just different cooking method. Well, almost. I mean, waffles have a little bit more, like, fat in them. I don't care that my phone listens to me or tracks me. Chocolate ice cream is not good. It really depends on what ice cream you get, because some of them are really, like, rich and too strong. Who is your all-time favorite cartoon character? Wile E. Coyote. Super genius. I mean, hey, man's just trying to eat. Bugs Bunny. Well, of course, they're a classic. Why not Zoidberg? Homer Simpson. He was the real Family Guy all along. Beavis. That boy ain't right. Bugs Bunny the Old. Hate the new one. That's an interesting way of calling him. Bugs the Old. Probably Jerry. Alright, let's get this straight. Tom and Jerry are friends. I will die on this hill. SpongeBob is my man. Mufasa is perfect. Maybe Snoopy? He is cool. Arnold from Hey Arnold. I don't know why that girl would always call him Blockhead. Clearly that's wrong. Pretend you're 10 years old and this is a YouTube search bar. What would you search for?
How to hack. Why is my pee white? Hamsters eating burritos. Cute doggy videos.
Now that I'm a grown-ass adult, I search for funny animal moments.
PewDiePie, Happy Wheels. Soldier Boy, crank that. Britney Spears feet.
Alright, what were you doing as a 10-year-old?
Lego stop motion.
Those were pretty cool.
Lizards making the Yoshi sound.
I'm guessing you were looking for that video of the geckos all eating honey. It is pretty cute. You take a whiff and it takes you back years. What is that smell? That weird bleachy smell every elementary school has as soon as you step in the door. Well, yeah, I'd imagine they have to disinfect literally everything in an elementary school. Play-Doh. Oh god, I can remember the smell, maybe even the taste. Fresh cut grass. Reminds me of my childhood. Smoke clinging to someone's clothes. It's just how mom smelled. Yeah, I'm in the same boat there. Tea and toast. I used to spend my school holidays with my grandparents, and every morning when I woke up, the entire house smelled like tea and toast. I smelled something the other day that smelled exactly like the paint that came with the paint by numbers when I was a kid. Those little paints in the little plastic cup. For some reason, that paint had a distinct smell. Well, it was because it was lead, silly. Garnier Fructis. Original green bottles. Victoria's Secret pink body sprays. memories. Fish takes me a little too far back. I didn't know babies formed memories at that age. Oh, come on, get your head out of the gutter. What song can you recognize instantly from the first note? Welcome to the Black Parade. Van Halen, Jump. I feel like I heard another song that sounded way too similar, so maybe this one is harder than you think. Bohemian Rhapsody, Still Dre, Back in Black. Okay, but do you count like the drum at the start? Seven Nation Army, White Stripes. Oh, well, of course. For Whom the Bell Tolls. Once again, are we counting the bells that are ringing at the beginning of the song? Runaway by Kanye. From the first note, though, I mean, there's gotta be more piano songs that start with that note, whatever it may be. Viva La Vida. You see, the only problem there is you always gotta think, is it Coldplay or is it Captain Sparkles? Michael Jackson, Beat It. Oh, well, yeah, that synth will live forever. What's your favorite song lyric or one that easily stands out on your mind? I drove my tractor through your haystack last night. Ooh-ah, ooh-ah. I don't know what that is. I don't want to look it up. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Killing in the name of... We are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. What does the fox say? That's as much as you get from me on that one. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real, and I don't care if I lose because my heroes did too. I've got it tattooed on my leg. I have no clue what a lot of these are. I just kind of died for you. You just kind of stared at me. Rough. Lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. No questions asked. Who is the greatest rapper of all time? Eminem. Really? Dr. Seuss. See, now we're getting somewhere. The Notorious B.I.G., but in my country, the one of the hip-hop group totally changed the meaning of hip-hop, and I love them. Pactophonica. Guess I'm gonna have to do some research on that one. Probably MF Doom. His rhymes are absolutely incredible, and the beats that go with it are some of the best I've heard in music. Nas. Not to be confused with Lil Nas. Tupac. It is a shame what happened to him, but he is still alive. How the fuck is Eminem getting so many mentions? White people. M hasn't had a good song since 09, bro. Can we stop riding him? Immortal Technique. I have never heard of them. What is something that's clearly a scam, but suckers are too hard-headed to realize it? Everything about Dr. Oz. Dr. Phil has entered the chat. MLMs. Not to be confused with Men Loving Men. Multi-level marketing. NFTs. People are playing pass the parcel with bragging rights over something they'll never own the copyright to until the last person says, wait, this is stupid. And the unlucky loser ends up with something worthless that could always be copied with a right click. Yeah, sorry NFT bros, it's a full-blown scam. That urge to say crypto and not getting downvoted to oblivion. I mean, you still got 43, you're good. Starbucks. What about it is a scam? It is still a business and you're getting coffee, so Loyalty card programs that want your data for consumer analytics in exchange for points and rewards on their products, when they could charge less for everything for everyone. Most dating apps. Yeah, literally to have them work at all, you have to pay for a subscription. It's ridiculous. Designer clothing, shoes, or purses. They're still clothes. It doesn't matter who made it, y'all. Like, why would you pay $400 for a t-shirt? The world now runs on video game logic. What is the first thing you do? I would say test fall damage, but that's still a risky gamble. Double jump, land, and my knees. Now what sound does it play? Is it the first Minecraft sound? Go to Africa and make infinite water source with 3 out of 4 blocks. Save. Anything else can wait. Try to glitch out of the map. MF, you're gonna no-clip. He's just trying to find the secret entrance to the back rooms. Same thing I do in every game. Turn on subtitles. That would actually be pretty beneficial to a lot of people. Hit a chicken 3 times with the sword. Are you really trying to start the apocalypse? What is one song you would pay to have permanently rid of? Cars for Kids jingle. I am unfamiliar. That Twinkle Twinkle song by Leah Kate. Oh god, yeah, get rid of that. I loathe All Summer Long by Kid Rock. It's like an advertisement for how he ripped off 2 much better songs into a bastardized medley where he rhymes things with things. Also bottle and tomorrow? Kid Rock. Whatever that that "Oh No" song is on TikTok Reel videos. Yeah, please, for the love of God, stop. Baby Shark. Little kids be playing that song over and over. Santa Baby. It makes me want to throw her into the fireplace. Okay, calm down a little bit. Believer by Imagine Dragons. I'm shocked Imagine Dragons is still relevant. The lack of All I Want for Christmas is disturbing. My Humps is a pretty awful song. Black Eyed Peas should be strung up for that one. Dance Monkey. I want to slit my throat every time it comes on the radio. Thank God I don't listen to the radio. All About That Bass. F that music. Hey, it was catchy at the time, alright? None. I would actually pay TikTok and IG Reels to stop using good songs and ruining it for me. Who is the person that is no longer part of your life, but you still constantly think about? First true love in high school. Grandpa, rest in peace. Aw, well that's sad and sweet. Childhood best friend. I miss him a lot. He's alive, but I don't talk to him. It's never too late. A childhood friend I lost contact with. I realized that I was the only one calling/writing and stopped to see if she would call or text. I haven't talked to her in 9 years. Undergrad girlfriend. We could have had a happy life together, but I'm a selfish bastard. Hey, at least you know your flaw. My mom. Haven't talked to her in over a year. She's alive and well, but very toxic. I had to cut her off. I just missed the idea of having a mom to talk to. My college love. I'm 5 years out of the relationship, but always think about it. Death by 10,000 paper cuts. It's hard to reflect on because I truly believe I could have married him. The only hamper being we were both inexperienced and developmentally immature. I don't know where he's at today, but I keep my fingers crossed I'll run across him. Sometimes I'll see someone who vaguely looks like him and my heart will flutter. Keep us updated on that love story. That sounds interesting. My dad. Passed, but I see him in my dreams often. Are they good dreams? He is always giving me advice or letting me talk about new life changes. Aw, that's really wholesome and nice. What is something that is becoming increasingly harmful to the younger generation? Social media in general. The algorithm which feeds you only content that you are interested in. It creates a very harmful bubble, especially since those bubbles are really hard to break out of. The amount of screen time kids have when their eyes and brains are just developing. I am fascinated to see what the iPad kids turn out to be. Education systems. Yeah, we need a serious overhaul of that. Good lord. People who have drank why? Nobody else answer this, we're just directing it to Bear Grylls. Had a newborn son and no one warned us about how they like to pee when changing them. He had perfect aim. Ah, the fountain of youth. Hey, $20 is $20. You can't argue that logic. If your pee tastes like birthday cake, you have diabetes. Don't try that. He's lying. During my trucking days, I had 2 Mountain Dew bottles. One had the other had the drink. I was sitting in a truck stop and got the two mixed up. First and last time I did that, LOL. It took a long time to get the taste out of my mouth. 9 years old. Brother went around the corner to get a new Otter Pop. It was yellow. Looking back, that's fucking disgusting. At the time, I wanted to bash his head in. Yeah, that's just evil. That wasn't a spontaneous prank. That was planned. It's sterile and I like the taste. Alright, cool. Sometimes I want to take out my eyes and dip in holy water. Hopefully one day. I thought it was Red Bull, but Red Bull doesn't come out of your junk. Well, and just like that, we've come to the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, my name has been Brandon, and I will see you in another one. Bye! See ya! Goodbye!